People of Sunamganj and Sylhet have lost their fate away in flood waters. Which would be a blessing as uninterrupted communication with the southern region, said Prime Minister. RAB arrested to convict in plot to murder Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in Kotalipara. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to myTV News. I am Farhan Yasmin with you in the newsroom today, watching headlines. Now the details. People of Sunamganj and Sylhet have lost their fate away in the flood waters after Sunamganj, Sylhet is isolated from the rest of the country due to the increasing severity of the floods. Most of the hospitals in the two districts have been inundated, resulting crisis in the providing emergency medical services. There is an acute shortage of potable water in the waterlogged areas. On the other hand, forecast for heavy rains in India, Assam and Meghalaya on Thursday have raised fears that the flood situation could worsen. Meanwhile, in Sirajganj, Jamalpur and Tangal, the water level of the river Jamuna have crossed the danger line, flooding the low-lying areas along the river and inundating croplands. And meanwhile, the waters of Brahmaputra and Gauranga rivers are flowing over the danger zone in many areas. Army Chief General S.M. Shafiuddin Ahmed said the record-breaking floods had created a situation that everyone was working to overcome. The Army is trying its best. Disaster management is possible if everyone works together, he told reporters while observing the flood situation in Sylhet at noon. The Army Chief said that the Army personnel were rescuing the waterlogged people in remote areas and flood and medical supplies were being distributed among the girls. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today hoped that the Podda Bridge would be a blessing for the nation for easier communication in the wake of flood. Yes, the government is set to inaugurate it on June 25. After the opening of Podda Bridge, it would be a blessing as uninterrupted communication with the southern region will be ensured, she said. The Premier made this optimism while addressing a reception ceremony of sports persons at Shapla Hall in the Prime Minister office here as the chief guest. She said the Podda Bridge will create a vast opportunity for us to transport goods, tackle goods, stand beside the people and provide them assistance. No agency could predict the state of the flood and as a result the situation is yet to be said, says State Minister for Disaster Relief Amul. He told reporters at the Secretariat today that there were adequate relief stock everywhere. A committee has been formed to deal with the wildlife and they will be on a duty for the next 30 days. Some roads need to be mended in a Sylhet Sunamganj area. As a result, the water has gone down easily. The State Minister also said that if it is necessary to cut somewhere else, it should be cut. BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kovir Rizvi has blamed the government failure and indifference for the deteriorating flood situation in the country. He said this at a press conference in Neapolitan today. Rizvi also called for closing the festival on the Podda Bridge and declaring the flood-hit areas as disaster area and making arrangements for relief. A team of RAB headquartered detective branch and a team of RAB 1 conducted a search operation in Uttar area of the capital on Saturday night and arrested Amul. Amul hailing from Kotalipara in Gopalganj and said during a primary interrogation that he had a close relationship with Mufti Abdul Hanan, one of the masterminds of the August 21st grenade attack and the then banned militant group House Amir. In 2000, he, along with the Mufti Hannan younger brother Anis, set up a factory of toothpaste, tooth powder, candles and soap called Sonar Bangla Chemical Industries. In the BSCIC industrial city in Gopalganj, Mufti Hannan and other militant leaders visited the factory several times in July 2000. And Amul took in secret meetings and conferences with Mufti Hannan and other militant leaders. When it comes to expressing feelings for father, words fall short of others from whom we seek solution for all our problems and needs, and we always find him fighting for our hardship, inspiring us to overcome hurdles of life, and our fathers thus enable us to take a better grip on our individual lives. Today is the International Father's Day and is being celebrated countrywide. The entire world is celebrating Father's Day today, and social media platform seems to be the best place to overcome this hesitation and to speak up the untold words to our father. Viewers, now international news. The death toll from floods and landslide in India, Assam and Meghalaya has risen to 42. At least 3 million people have been affected by the floods. This week, 24 people have died in Assam and 18 in Meghalaya. Floods caused by torrential rain since Friday have left 10,000 people homeless in Tripura. However, no casualties were reported. According to official sources, Agartala has received the third highest rainfall in the last 60 years. All kinds of educational institutions are closed there due to the floods. 4,000 people have been stranded in Assam. 156,000 people have taken shelter in 514 temporary camps. Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine could last for several years, said NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg. He added that the supply of sophisticated weapons to the Ukrainian army would increase the chances of liberating the Donbas region from Russian control. Ukraine announced on Saturday that it would take control of all cities southeast from Russia at any cost. Russia, however, continued to launch missiles and artillery attacks on Luhansk and Donetsk in Donbas, and Russian fighters have recently launched an all-out offensive against Ukrainian forces to occupy the area. It is to be noted that on the morning of February 24th, the Russian troops started attacking Ukraine. Russia's armed forces were the first in Europe after World War II to launch an attack by Ukraine by land, air and sea. Fell under pressure. At the end of the day, the Caribbeans collected 49 runs for 3 wickets. We are about to the end the headlines once again. People of Sunamganj and Sylhet have lost their fate here in the flood waters. But the bridge would be a blessing as uninterrupted communication with the southern regions, said Prime Minister. Rebel arrested to convict in a plot to murder Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in Kotalipara. The death toll from floods and landslide in India's Assam and Meghalaya has risen to 42. Bangladesh is on the verge of defeating underwear test. West Indies need 35 rounds. Tigers need 7 wickets. Thanks for being with us. To join with MyTV News online, visit YouTube/MyTV News. To watch all our programs, visit YouTube/MyTV Bangla, Facebook/MyTV Bangla. Our next bulletin will be telecast 7:30 p.m. Stay connected and Allah Hafiz.